Awakening consciousness. I hope you all had a good meditation today, the Archangel meditation. And before I start referring from this book, The Wisdom of Zodiac, tomorrow is a new moon, and with a new moon comes the energy of the next constellation. So the constellation's energy that we have been reading before for the past 1 month was the Aquarius constellation. Moving forward, we will be impacted by the constellation of Pisces. So we will read that, but even before we read that, I just want to share this with everyone. So interestingly, we do Battling Dark Forces book study in the morning, but tomorrow the peak time of the new moon is 6:15 a.m. So I'll be there, and I think my book reading team will also be there. So let's meet tomorrow at 5:45 a.m. IST. So the agenda will be that we will do a meditation, but before the meditation, we will do a simple exercises to build our body. We will do little breathing exercises together, and then we will meditate together, and then we will share the blessings, and we will also share the blessings. And today in the book study, we were reading about how we can protect ourselves from the influence of the dark forces. And one of the ways of protecting ourselves was sharing the blessings and, infusing everything in your home, including your clothes and everything with blessings. So we came up with this idea that tomorrow, as we meditate, after the meditation, we will try to purify our homes, our things also, so that the coming 15 days till we meet again for the full moon, there is a certain kind of high vibration in our homes as well, so that we can build on. I will quickly share the meeting details for tomorrow, and the team will anyways share it with everyone in the chat. I mean, in the groups. There is some, I think, technical concern. That is why it's not going. I am sending it from here. I don't know. Can you see that, the message? No, right? I'll ask the team to just share it. Okay. I think now it could go, right? Yeah. Okay. So we'll meet tomorrow. And when we are listening to what I'm going to share today, it will add on to the understanding related to the energies, which will further enhance our meditation tomorrow. It's like in sync, one by one. So today I'm referring from this book, chapter 34. And this chapter 34, page 417, it's on Pisces. Pisces, the, how to say it, the words mentioned below it is breaking walls. And when I started reading this chapter, it is a little, it is little esoteric in nature. Do we understand esoteric, exoteric? Yes, no. Okay, so there are two words, exoteric and esoteric, EXO, exo, ESO. Exoteric is, let's say, those kind of doctrines or those kind of teachings or those kind of understanding that are meant for general public understanding. Exoteric. Okay. Esoteric is the understandings, the between the lines, or let's say deeper meanings, which are not meant for the general public, let's say. It is for a smaller group of people. Now, who will decide if I am being a part of the exoteric or the esoteric group depends upon my level of understanding. That's it. So there is no further qualification. There is no education per se. It is just the ability of a person to understand subtler subjects, is able to understand esoteric better than the ones who are still stuck with the stories of Lord Ram and, like we have the exoteric way of learning generally, but then the esoteric is for those who have an ability to understand something that may not logically make a lot of sense. So when I was reading it, then I started going, because in this book, Turkum Suraydarian, he has shared a lot of information on each constellation. So when I was reading 2, 3 chapters ahead, I felt, oh, this is simple. But then my conscience is not allowing me to skip the foundation for Pisces. So bear with me. I will go a little slower than usual, but if ever you find it little trickier to understand, the recordings will anyways be there on YouTube. You can refer them again, pause and reflect, okay? So I'm moving ahead. So it's the Pisces constellation. When we speak about full moon energies, we do not refer to the energies of the moon at all. So whenever we talk about full moon energy, the author is saying we are not at all referring to the energies of the moon. We refer to the energies of the zodiacal sign in which the sun is found at the time of full moon. So whenever we say full moon energy, it is not the moon's energy, it is the energy of the zodiacal sign, the constellation, in which the sun is during the full moon. So when it is a new moon, let's say it is the energies of the Pisces that will be building up till the time on the full moon day when the sun is fully there, radiating the energies of the Pisces constellation for this month. Okay. The energies of the zodiacal sign or the constellation are transmitted to our planet through 3 rulers that act as transformers in space for the energies. So the energy of the zodiacal sign that, let's say, through the moon, it's being how to say it, transmitted to our planet. They are transmitted through 3 rulers. So it is not like there are further 3 rulers that act as transformers in space for the energies. Do we all understand what the transformer does? We know, right? Like, let's say we have a powerhouse, electricity powerhouse, but for that to come to our house, there is a transformer which transforms it so that it does not bombard our electrical appliances in the house, right? Same we say for the teachers also, the spiritual teachers, that the divine energy are so much more that they reduce, like convert energy from high voltage to low voltage, right? So that it becomes more uh, in alignment with our energies and it does not burn us, let's say, in a layman language. So the energies of the zodiacal sign or the constellation are transmitted to our planet through 3 rulers that act as transformers in space for the energies. The energy of Pisces. So now the author is talking about who are these 3 transformers when the energy of Pisces is transmitted. Okay. These transformers may be different for different constellation, but we are trying to understand the transformers that helps transmitting the energy of the Pisces. So the energy of Pisces is transmitted by our sun to the 3 rulers of Pisces. One is the exoteric ruler, another is the esoteric ruler, and there are hierarchical rulers. So the exoteric ruler is Jupiter, that is connected to the second ray. The esoteric ruler is Pluto, connected to the first ray. And there is hierarchical ruler also, that is Pluto, that is the first ray. So it is like 2 transmitters who are uh, Pluto is working twice, connected to the first ray, and the exoteric ruler is Jupiter, connected to the second ray. Just hold on, we will move further. It will make more logical sense. Okay, before we go there, all those who are not aware of rays, let's say when the white light passes through a prism. A prism is how is the prism? It is like a triangular kind of shape, but in a more, let's say, 3D kind of image. So when the white light passes through that triangular prism, it converts and radiates into 7 rays. So spiritually, let's say this one light that is going on inside is, let's say, the divine energy. The 3 triangle, it can be us also with divine light, love, and power. And when it radiates, they are 7 rays. So in the existence, everyone has a predominant ray. So for example, so all these 7 rays have different qualities. So the people are divided in 7 rays. It's very interesting. There's a lot of chaos in our system because sometimes the physical body has a different ray, the emotional body has a different ray, the mental body has a different ray, and the soul, the blueprint for our life purpose, has a different ray altogether. So we kind of try to struggle. So our heart says something, the body says something, the mind says something. So here it is the two more prominent rays that are impacting during the Piscean constellation is the first ray and the second ray. Okay, it is Pluto and the Jupiter. Pisces channels the sixth ray. So Piscean, the constellation itself, it channels the sixth ray. This means that the sixth ray, which is the energy of the will to cause and idealism, is amplified with the energy of the first ray and moderated with the energy of the second ray. Okay. There is this moon during the full moon. It radiates the energy of that constellation in which the sun is during that full moon. We are talking about the Pisces because from tomorrow it's a new moon, and when the full moon will come, it will be just building, maximizing the energy of the Piscean constellation. Now, when we are reading about this, the author says that whenever there is the moon, through the moon radiating the energy of a certain constellation, there are 3 transformers who further transform those energies and make it more compatible to the planet Earth. For the Piscean, there are 3 transformers. One is exoteric, one is esoteric, and the third one is hierarchical. Among these, one transformer, the exoteric one, is Jupiter connected to the second ray, but the other two, esoteric and the hierarchical, are connected to Pluto and they are connected to first ray. Okay. Piscean itself has 6th ray qualities. So let's say the 6th ray quality is coming in, but it is being transformed through ray 2 and ray 1. So they are kind of, how to say it, moderating the energy of the 6th ray through the second ray and the first ray before it reaches the planet. Okay. We will read further, we will have more understanding. So this means that the 6th ray of the Piscean, the Piscean energy, the 6th ray is the energy of will to cause and idealism. Now, when we say will to cause, for any effect, there is a cause, right? Duh. For any effect, there's a cause. Just give. So the author is saying that the 6th ray of the Piscean constellation is exhibiting, that ray is the energy of the will to cause and idealism. It is amplified with the energy of first ray and moderated with the energy of the second ray. First ray is very strong, like the will aspect. So it is amplified. The 6th energy, let's say, of the idealism or the will to cause, is amplified with the first ray of will, like which has a lot of will aspect to it, and is moderated with the energy of the second ray. The second ray is more of love and wisdom. So the second ray is the higher correspondent of the sixth ray. So how we say it, that when the light passes through the prism, it divided into 7 rays. But when we understand the 7 rays, there are 3 primary rays. Same like, I think the best way to understand the 3 primary colors we have. And then all the other colors are made by the mixture of all those 3 primary colors. So ray 1, ray 2, ray 3, there are 3 primary rays. So when there are 3 primary rays, the subsequent four rays, they are correspondent to one or the other ray. So for the second ray, the second primary ray, the sixth ray is the lower correspondent. So let's say if the second ray is of love and wisdom, the sixth ray is the ray of devotion. Okay, got it? So the author is mentioning that the second ray is the higher correspondent of the sixth ray. So when the Jupiter is impacting and moderating the energies of Piscean, which is radiating the sixth ray, it is the higher correspondent of the sixth ray. And these 2 rays balance the first rays of the Pluto. So as if a lot of will is coming and doing something, idealism, it is being balanced by love, wisdom, and devotion. Okay. Thus, the sixth ray energy brings higher idealism, awakens the creative urge, and helps to build those thought forms which carry the message of liberation. So the Piscean energy, it brings higher idealism, where we are idealizing higher principles, not going by the lower desires. Okay. So the Piscean energy, the sixth ray energy, brings higher idealism. It awakens the creative urge. See, when we have higher idealism, creativity comes in, right? I need to reach that. I need to get it done. So we need to be more creative, because if my standards are higher, whatever I have is not helping. So I really need to be very creative and resourceful. So this energy brings higher idealism. It awakens the creative urge. That is breaking walls, no? We think outside the box. It awakens the creative urge and help us to build those thought forms which carry the message of liberation, which says that whatever is, don't worry, this is not it. There is something better, greater, more achievable there. Breaking walls. The second ray adds the energy of unification. So the energy of idealism, higher idealism, creative urge, and taking the message of liberation is the energy of sixth ray coming from Pisces. Now these 3 qualities, the second ray adds the energy of unification into it, which aggregates the idealistic thought forms and directs them towards unity. So initially there is a higher idealism, the creative urge, building those thought forms to carry the message of liberation. But the second ray brings in unification. So you are not doing all of this for you, but for others too. It makes it even more bigger. The two first rays influences from Pluto act as energies to make breakthroughs into higher dimensions. So just imagine if we have high ideals, if we have the creative urge, if we are trying and striving towards liberation, and we are not just trying it at the personal level, we are trying it at the world level, we require the will, right? To make those breakthroughs. That's why there are two exoteric and hierarchical rulers, both Pluto, both Ray 1. The will aspect So the two first ray influences from Pluto act as energies to make breakthrough into higher dimensions, giving a death blow to crystallized forms and redeeming the spirit. So that willpower, the inner strength comes in, which make huge breakthroughs in people's life. So connecting it to our logical lower life, if there is any habit you are trying to break, if there is anything you are struggling with and you want to come out of it, make use of this constellation, make use of this 1 month. You will be supported by the cosmos to come out with your own limitations. But just remember that it cannot be selfish because it has to be higher idea with unification. So this ray one, it makes breakthrough into higher dimensions, giving a death blow to crystallized forms. So whatever is crystallized in us, we can break through it and we can redeem the spirit. When the sixth, second, and first rays are fused, they present the energy which saves. So when the energy of ray 6, ray 2, and ray 1, when they are fused, they present the energy that saves. So all those who are struggling, we can be saved if only we try to work in alignment with. These are the rays found in the nature of those who are saviors. We all look for saviors, right? Somebody please come and save me. These are the energies that are found in the nature of the saviors. All of us who want to be saviors, be in alignment with it. To save means to help the individualized spirit overcome its hindrances and master the pull of matter. So the author is further explaining what does save means. To save means to help the individualized spirit. We all are spirit, right? We all have that same consciousness. So to save means to help the spirit overcome its hindrances. Our hindrances are at physical level, at emotional level, at mental level, at financial level, at spiritual level, so many. So to save means to help the individualized spirit overcome its hindrances and master the pull of matter. That means if the matter is pulling you, you are not getting pulled. In the book study, it came, I'll just share it here. The fire, have you seen the flame? It defies the law of gravity. It is like as your flame, as your spiritual fire enhances, you defies the pull of the matter. And the more spiritually we enhance, the more spiritual fire, the more our soul radiates out, the less these constellations impact us. The less the planets, everything, we kind of just become like a flame. You tilt the candle wherever the flame goes up only. Have you seen that? And in the fire, we also see, it's there is a unification already. That's why it's a like wildfire, because it does not, the flame does not lit alone. It takes everyone included. That's how it just goes so wild. Okay, so there's one question. How do we become aware that this particular idea is a crystallized thought form and it doesn't serve us anymore? That's a very good question. I don't have a direct answer to it because the question itself is telling that, when we are in a problem, it is difficult to find out where the problem lies, specifically if the problem lies within us. Because our senses are outside, they always look and blame the people, externally. So the first step, according to what I would understand in my life, is how to become aware, not just for the particular idea of the crystallized form. It is a journey. When on a daily basis I try and I start becoming more aware of my own self. Why am I feeling this? Why, you know, how come it is coming? Then there are beautiful books, and I would highly recommend everyone this Battling Dark Forces, because that is one book which in a very deep way make us understand what is happening in the life, and how these excuses also comes into picture, how this psychic attack. So the knowledge is one. First we need to have the understanding. Once we have the understanding, we look within with different eyes. So the more I'm aware about myself, the more I'm aware of what is crystallized in me. uh it's we have been doing, it's the book reading was going to finish, but we have the recordings also. You can contact Jaideep. It's Battling Dark Forces. It's from the same author which I'm reading right now. It's a brilliant book, and I think all hundreds of people who have been reading, we have seen, I have changed as a person reading it for everyone else. So awareness needs to be first logically practiced till the time it becomes your second nature, where you don't do anything as a reaction. You are consciously aware of your words, your thoughts, your behavior. And then to enhance this aspect of awareness comes the observation, where you start observing, okay, if this is happening, what am I doing? Like when you observe, go behind and find, why is it? It is same like, if a child is solving a math equation and it is always coming up with the wrong answer, what do we advise the child? Change the strategy. With life, we become so comfort with our comfort zone that we don't change the strategy. And when we get frustrated, we start blaming, attacking people more. You are not changing, you are not changing, you are not doing this. Because of you, I'm getting angry. How can you be angry because of someone else? I can only be angry if there is anger in me. And I have seen that myself in those areas where I'm internally improving. The people around me are same, they are not triggering me anymore. So to be able to see that there is a crystallization in me, I need to be really, really non-biased in observation, because our mind, our ego itself makes us, it blocks us from seeing where we fall. So to be aware of that crystallization one is a second step. We need to be on a daily basis aware, okay, what is that I am doing in this moment? It does not matter how the people respond. I am choosing how I want to live in this life, right? Great. So the second energy, okay, when the sixth, second, and the first rays are fused, they present the energy which saves. To save means to help the individualized spirit overcome its hindrances and master the pull of matter. When I'm reading this, and thanks to the one who questioned that, uh, pray. Prayers are very powerful. So whenever, and it is not like only when the problems are there, then pray. A, a genuine prayer that um, to the Most High, to the Holy Divine Supreme Father, to the Holy Divine Supreme Mother. Help me be aligned with you, with your wisdom. What is that you want me to do? And I think the prayer for wholeness is a complete package. How we say the prayer for wholeness. May I be a humble servant. The moment we say may I, we are making a prayer. I'm not commanding you make me. I'm making a request. May I be what? A humble servant. So when we talk about humble, it makes us, the ego calms down. We are more receptive. And what we are asking to become humble master? No, a humble servant. The servant itself triggers many. It used to trigger me a lot. So when I don't mind saying myself as a servant, there comes true humility where you don't have ego, right? You're not trying to be above anyone. You are actually trying to serve. And the one who serves is a servant, right? So what's the ego in that? We will share the prayer for wholeness again. So that prayer itself is so beautiful, that may I be a humble servant to the Most High, to the Holy, Divine, Supreme Mother. These words, they just connect to the right energy. Because sometimes when we say Lord, sometimes when we say God, there are a lot of Gregorians. Gregorians are like when many people create a certain thought form, it creates a certain pool of energy. God, people have varied ideas about it. But when you say the Most High, your logical minds give up. You can't comprehend or give it a form, right? When you say the Holy, Divine, Supreme, already by the third time, the logical mind is just dead. I do not know what that energy is. Those energies, they make you really go to the right connection. And then be a humble servant with this whole body. So when you have to serve with this whole body, your body needs to be pure with this whole heart, mind, speech, soul. It's a beautiful one. By the way, on Amazon there is a book, The Prayer for Wholeness. There is a proper description and explanation of it given. Okay, so when the sixth, second, and first rays are fused, they present the energy which saves. To save means to help the individualized spirit overcome its hindrance and master the pull of matter. Reading this again, to save means to help individualized spirit overcome its hindrances and master the pull of matter. Tomorrow, when you meditate together, sit with that intention that may these energies of the Piscean constellation help me to overcome hindrances, help me to master the pull of matter so that I can go beyond. That is not me. Okay. Pisces is symbolized by two fish. Have you seen the Pisces constellation? No. So it is symbolized by two fish which are tied to each other by a cord. Maybe after today you can just see that again. I never noticed that before when I till I read this, that there are two fishes and the two fish are tied with a cord. The higher fish is the transpersonal self or the inner guide. So in the two fish of the Pisces constellation, the higher one is the transpersonal self or the inner guide. That means our higher self only, like which is beyond this limitation. The lower fish is the divine spark, the man or the monad. The spark fell into matter, and for ages it worked hard to climb up to its own divinity. That's how it is, no? How we say when in the evolutionary arc, when this um, manifested world has to be manifested. Okay, just a second. When this manifested world has to be manifested, it is like that the pure consciousness needs to become grosser, 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 and then converts, become the matter. So the author is saying that the spark, the lower fish is the divine spark, the man or the monad. The spark fell into matter, and for ages it worked hard to climb up back to its own divinity. So first we were this refined being, we became grosser, grosser, grosser. This manifestation work came, and then now we are trying to become like purified, 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 so that we can again go back to our source. So that was the involutionary arc, and there is that evolutionary arc. First, it is organized. So I will just end in 2-3 minutes. I'll just complete this part. This is very beautiful. So Pisces is symbolized by two fish. We are tied to each other by a cord. The higher fish is the inner guide, the transpersonal self, which talks about higher principles. The lower fish is the divine spark, the man or the monad, the spark that fell into the matter, and for ages it is trying hard to climb up its own divinity, as if we are just trying to, unfold and climb up to our own divinity. First, it organized a physical mineral form. So the first life that came in the material was the mineral form. So we all must have been minerals ages back. So first, that divine spark, it organized a physical mineral form, which is a part of a greater living form. Then it organized and builds its vegetable form. So from the mineral, we came into vegetable form. Then it came into its animal form. Eventually, it learned to build a human body. So when the human body was built, after it had a human physical body, it tried to organize its emotional and mental bodies. So if you go evolution of the man, there was first the one with the physical body. Then after the physical body, it slowly, gradually started building the emotional body. Then it slowly, gradually, starting building the mental body. Then due to cosmic circumstances, it was not able to climb further. So if we see, not all of us have strong astral emotional body, not all of us have strong mental body. We are still struggling there, stuck. So due to cosmic circumstances, it was not able to climb further on the path of evolution in pace with solar evolution. It was at this stage that the transpersonal self came and located beyond the lower mind and communicated with the wandering spark through a magnetic but fiery thread shown in the symbol of Piscean. So it is like when the man is not able to grow further, it was at this stage that the transpersonal self located itself beyond the lower mind. So there is a lower mind, so the transpersonal self, that higher consciousness, located itself beyond the lower mind, and from there it started communicating through the spark, through a magnetic but fiery thread that is shown in the symbol of Piscean. Because we are not able to go beyond, our own higher consciousness is connecting with that thread which is shown in. So that thread we build when we serve more, when we try to become better as a person, we try to live by higher idealism, that thread becomes bigger and stronger. Okay. I think I'll end that, close this today here, but we will further build on it uh, other Thursday. It's very beautiful. So do join us tomorrow for the new moon meditation, and we will pray together that we can use these energies of the Piscean constellation and make a breakthrough of our own limited self, right? Thank you so much, everyone. And over to Farzana for the Om Mani Padme Hum. Thank you.
Namaste, Kim. Thank you so much.